Well, it's the final game to kick off on this round of 16 Saturday in the USL Championship playoffs, and it features Phoenix Rising and Sacramento Republic from Casino Arizona Field in Scottsdale. Tonight's match is presented by Arizona Complete Health. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. Glad you can be with us. Plenty of good action going on around the USL Championship tonight, but we find ourselves here in Group A and B, bottom left of this Western Conference bracket. The winner will move on to face either Reno or Los Dos. All of the three other matches are in progress currently, and there are some tasty fixtures out there tonight. We hope we get an interesting one tonight. But as we take a look at this Sacramento Republic side coming out of Group A, they came in second place, but they still played well against Reno.
Haven't seen Phoenix this year, but they have seen a high potent attack in the form of Reno 1868 FC. They handed them actually their only two losses of the season, Josh, and that's the #1 overall seed in the entire USL Championship in Reno 1868. Guys like Foster Langsdorff, Cristiano Francois, and Corey Herzog will serve as the template for Mark Briggs' squad to take down this high potent attack from Phoenix Rising. They've seen it before. Can they replicate it on the road?
The USL Championship announced on Tuesday following an investigation that included interviews with 11 individuals, including players, coaches, and match officials, that it has issued a 6-game suspension, an undisclosed fine to Phoenix Rising FC's Junior Flemings for the use of foul and abusive language in the form of a homophobic slur during the club's match against San Diego Loyal SC on September 30th. Per the player's contract, Flemings could also be subject to additional discipline from Phoenix Rising FC and remains on administrative leave. So in the void of Junior Flemings, Santi Moar steps in again.
Should be no cause for concern, especially for the form that Santi Moar is in. Fantastic goal, and he really showed you the ceiling that this kid is capable of in the last match against Los Dos. Likes to invert himself a bit more, and I really like the relationship that he started to create with Darnell King on that left-hand side. The key question is, can this front three continue to push numbers forward? And more importantly, they got to find a way to get Asante and Dadashev going with some momentum and some confidence early on. Those front three will be the key to this attack all night long.
Well, two of the biggest clubs out west are going at it for one spot in the conference semifinals. It's Sacramento and it's Phoenix. Lineups and first kick coming up next.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, security systems and cameras, complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved.
Building up to first kick tonight from Casino Arizona Field in Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix Rising and Sacramento Republic, the round of 16 here in the 2020 USL Championship playoffs. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Arizona Federal Credit Union. Here's Blair Gavin's Phoenix Rising.
Kevin Lambert steps back into the midfield. Otherwise, you pretty much see the same exact squad that did come away with a pretty impressive victory against Los Dos just a week ago. Again, this Phoenix Rising team, high-powered offense, defensively has been scrambling, but recently gotten better, understanding that down the stretch they've had to find a way to get better on that back line. They've managed to do that with some confidence, but it's all going to come down to this. Your Pacific Office Automation player to watch has to be Santi Moar, stepping in on the left side for Junior Flemings. Talked about the relationship in the open that he's created with Darnell King. Watch him invert himself, look for those overlapping runs, and turn this front three easily into 5 and even 6. Mark Briggs in Sacramento Republic. They do make one change, and it's an interesting one at the outside left back position where Juan Barahona has been situated, but that will be now Shannon Gomez. Jordan McCrary is his counterpart on the right side, of course. Everything going forward, this team is possession-based. The orientation and rotation for this squad in general has been nothing short of spectacular. All of these front four can interchange, and they do it in quite impressive fashion.
And here we go, one spot left in the round of 16 here between these two sides, Phoenix and Sacramento. Two teams out west that with so much history, of course. Sacramento winning it back in 2014, and Phoenix Rising still trying to capture that ultimate prize at the end. But could this be the season that they can get that done? Tonight they will have to go through this Sacramento side that has really started to turn a corner as of late. Of course, a tough match against Tacoma, of all teams, last Wednesday, but turning it around against Portland. And on the other side for Phoenix, they got things back on track with a good win over Los Dos last Saturday. And here we are tonight at Casino Arizona Field. This should really be a fun matchup between two sides that, if they're in the mood for it, can score a lot of goals. One of 4 matches going on around the Western Conference. Pretty much all games out east have finished except for Charlotte and Charleston. Zach Lubin back in goal tonight for Phoenix as well. Of course, some fans in the stands once again. Tonight's referee is Elvis Osmanovic. We talked with Blair Gavin this past week about the team's win over Los Dos last Saturday, saying it was just a really nice win overall. Says he's happy with the resiliency of the squad after going down early, and that's something that he mentioned to us. Getting off to a fast start is a very high important matter for this Phoenix Rising side starting these playoffs tonight.
For any game, as any coach, you would like that for your squad for sure, but given all the variables surrounding this squad, Josh, you talked about Junior Flemings before, of course, Rich Shantz, more importantly, the results, because when you take a look at the overall body of work, it hasn't been as good as anticipated, we'll say. You know, coming from the organization and the front office themselves, they said, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, the results are probably around a 7 in terms of what they're capable of, and they know that that's not good enough. However, things do change come playoff time. The eye test, if you will, doesn't necessarily ring as true, where you just need to find a way to win. This Rising team showed us that and more during that 20-game winning streak in 2019.
Moar goes down. McCrary with the foul and a free kick in a good spot now for Phoenix Rising. We've seen Asante and Beccaro master the goal this season, and can they provide another good ball here?
Interestingly enough, going back a few matches, they played Reno 1868 twice in the span of about 14 days. Multiple times in the opening segments, Jordan McCrary was the one who got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Same thing here, and he gave up some pretty dangerous opportunities from distance. Now, mind you, this one's more centrally located. You're probably looking at about 20 yards out or so, just outside of that. Some pretty deadly ball strikers in the forms of Solomon Asante and, of course, John Beccaro. So the tiny Ghanaian feels like he's going to fancy his chances here. Looks like Rafa Diaz 6 overall in the wall, but look at that near post.
It'll be Asante to take this. Looks like it's about a 5 or 6 player wall, however you want to split it. Bunch of white jerseys there. Rafa Diaz directing traffic. Here's Asante. Solomon Asante off the woodwork. Well, he can strike a ball. He might be the assist king, but so close. They're providing the opening goal for Phoenix.
He's just been off his game a little bit recently, and you know, for him to be off and still have an impactful performance shows you the talent level that Solomon Asante carries. Feed that beast early on. Feed the fuel within this front three. Santi Moar, Rufat Dadashov, Solomon Asante. This offensive attack, whether from set-piece opportunities or the overall run of play, has to be given the opportunity to do so early. It's a pretty solid strike by Solomon Asante.
Ball played over the top. And Lubin will come to claim it. Of course, it's center back tonight. It's Farrell and Cochran for Phoenix Rising. Damian Lowe, not quite fit enough to feature in the starting 11, but he is on the bench tonight. Should he be called upon later on? Of course, 5 subs still in effect, and if they do get to extra time tonight, they will get a 6th sub. So they could use almost every field player. Actually, not almost. They will use every field player should the coaches use all 6 subs tonight, if we get that far. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Showcase Honda. What do we got tonight?
Pivotal pace for Phoenix Rising FC, and a lot of people will look at that and go, yeah, we know they need to be transitional, but I'm actually referencing the midfield play because of Andrew Wheeler. Aminu, of course, Phoenix Rising fans will be familiar, and Jaime Villarreal. There's more speed and transition for them than for Phoenix, and if they can turn this up a little bit here, be more direct, Rising, that will be the key for them. But for Sacramento Republic, they're going to actually be the opposite. They're good in transition, and they will need to be. But possession is where they've been at their best. Yes, you go to the quick-fire options, Arobo Lopez, Dark Formela, Villian Bijev, and Carlton Belmar, and the rotation that can be that front four. But when you slow it down, step on it, if that initial option isn't there, got to get Villarreal on the ball. As mentioned, Andrew Wheeler Aminu on the offensive side of things, and then allow the overlapping runs, Josh, of Shannon Gomez and Jordan McCrary to develop. When this team has possession, it's almost perfection.
Showcase Honda is a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. They're the fastest growing Honda dealer in the Valley, so it's great when 2 winners come together. If you're looking to be taken care of, get over to Showcase's Stadium on Camelback Road or online at showcasehonda.com. Lopez starting the attack for Sacramento. Quickly taken off the ball by Darnell King. Now Villarreal. Line for Formella. Cross for Bijev. Ball clipped in. Lubin there to punch it away on the dive. Still might be on here for Sacramento, and now it's thumped clear. Gomez can't quite get it by Asante. We talk about the inverted wingers. That's kind of a big story coming into tonight with Santi Moar, of course, for Phoenix, and pretty much both of them for Sacramento.
More impressively for Sacramento Republic for sure, where Villian Bijev, that strong left foot of his, though playing on the right-hand side. Dark Formella on the left, cutting back in, and you know, that's an area of concern for sure that Phoenix Rising fans are going to have to keep an eye on because of the fact that they have had their troubles here on the back line. They'll start to step in a little bit. That combination with Roa Lopez, especially when Shannon Gomez and Jordan McCrary step up, all of a sudden it becomes a 6-headed monster up top.
All the way back to Diaz in goal. second best save rate in the USL, 78%. A bunch of his teammates saying he's the team's MVP this year. And Sacramento Republic has yet to lose when he starts a game, 7-0-3. There's a couple of different goalkeepers, Brady Scott as well. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by the Mayo Clinic. Nobody there for Phoenix Rising. Trio out there for Sacramento Republic tonight.
The Adam Gernmus one is really going to be the head turner. The fact that they felt like they had their goalkeeper, went and got him in the offseason, and then of course doing his ACL during training. Rafa Diaz has stepped in quite nicely though. A little help from Brady's squad as well in the goalkeeping position. The Dominican is 100% assured that place back there. Notice already it's only 10 minutes in, Josh, but when they do get that turnover battle, Sacramento Republic, watch their willingness to hold the ball. They don't rush their decision making. Good rotation. Most recently that ball to the back post, where always trying to find a way to overload this back line, and the transitional play and the pace is where Phoenix Rising have to keep an eye on that. If they can win that challenge, they go quickly, because Sacramento Republic will commit so many numbers forward.
When you are looking for options and hope, when you are searching for answers, when you want world-class care and support from experts who can give you the certainty you need, you know where to go, Mayo Clinic. Find out more at mayoclinic.org/Arizona. Tadashov there to hold it up for Phoenix. Couldn't quite slide it a little bit farther forward. Now it comes for Asante. Long cross coming in. It's poked away. Here's Formella. And look at Lambert coming in. And the referee right to his pocket. A heavy challenge and a yellow card.
He knows he's wrong here. There's no malintent. It's a nasty challenge on Lambert for sure. Mark Formella. His first touch just escapes him. Thought he might have an opportunity for quick transition, but as this thing pops off his foot, look at the spin on it, gets away. Great little step by the Jamaican in the midfield. And he knows the minute that he stretches that big leg of his out, there's a challenge coming. Formella immediately stood up, said, "My apologies." A couple words to the opposition, and walked over and immediately went to ground to check on Kevin Lambert.
Lambert's still on the ground, being tended to now by the training staff. Such a crucial part to this midfield, sitting right in front of that back four.
Now just watch, let's see exactly the tricks that are up the sleeve for Phoenix Rising. They've become pretty predictable. Some of their balls being swung in here. As the holding midfielder, Kevin Lambert, is being tended to. Brennan Hodge making sure their fallen compatriot can get right back to it. It's going to leave a mark tomorrow, but all they're worried about is 78 minutes here. This will give you, from a distribution standpoint, John Baccaro, always willing to step up, already running through the thought process. We've got Dadashov's got to be one of the pieces you can pick out here. Would imagine they would allow from this distance AJ Cochran, Joey Farrell to get in. Little screen for the big boys. And of course, you will have this one of the bodies, Santimar Solomon Asante, sitting right up top for that second ball if it squeaks itself out.
South End making some noise tonight. It'll be Stanton or Baccaro.
Look at the near post, Josh.
Wide
Loads
open.
of space, yeah.
It'll be Baccaro. He's going for goal, and it wasn't too far away. Diaz glad to see that sail just over the crossbar.
You know, you and I saw it from distance. Rafa Diaz cheating to that back post, thinking that this ball is going to be whipped in. Have to be careful as the goalkeeper. Only two-man wall. John Baquero recognizes the opportunity. Not enough pace behind it to beat him. Calibrating both John Baquero and Solomon Asante. You can see just off the mark in that upper corner. Still plenty of confidence to be had by this Phoenix Rising squad.
From that distance, not a bad effort at all from Phoenix's number 10. Always good to talk with Mark Briggs, of course, in his first season with Sacramento. The word he brought up a couple of times was mentality. Having that good mentality when you're facing good opposition like a Phoenix Rising, like a Reno. And trying to rise to that occasion when you play those top teams. And he says he still may not have seen the best out of his squad this season, but hoping, as he kind of said in the American, I guess, sports sphere, that you have to rise to that occasion when it comes playoff time. Here's Bijev. This one clipped ahead, and Lubin keen to it. Low cross coming in. Villarreal was there in the middle.
And overall, this all comes down to an eye test, Josh, where you can look at a team, see their overall body of work, and just understand that it's different than some of the score lines that you see around the league. It's pretty easy to look at Group A, Reno, Sacramento Republic, Portland Timbers 2, and Tacoma Defiance, and say, well, they had a pretty easy group. They still had to go and get results, so understand that. And pretty impressively, you know, beat up on Portland Timbers 2 a few times. Of course, they had some squeakers as well. But when you ventured outside of the group, draw against another playoff team, FC Tulsa. Now, mind you, that was first game of the season all the way back in March 7th, but it does say something for the fact that one of the 16 remaining teams you were able to get a result against. Of course, one of their losses, 8-2-6 coming in on the year, was against the second place team from Group B, Los Dos. We've seen them as a page turner as well, both against Orange County, Las Vegas Lights, San Diego Loyal. Question mark for Sacramento Republic for me has always been, they play up to their opposition for sure, but they also play down. And that can really prove an issue down the stretch, where even if you're playing against a better team, if you're up, if you're even, when your overall form starts to slack a little bit, or the opposition's, I should say, you can't start chasing them. You have to dictate the tempo on your own terms.
Now it's Gomez trying to get a cross away towards the back post. Puts it straight out of play. Truly Nolan, faster than a speeding cockroach, smarter than conniving ants, and more ruthless than a bed of scorpions. That's why when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, there's no escape. For a free estimate and $50 off pest control, go to trulynolan.com. Both these teams boast the same record on the road, 3-2-2. Both teams also, well, Phoenix Rising did lose one game at home. Sacramento did not, 5-0-4 overall, but when Sacramento comes to Casino Arizona Field, a 3-3-1 record, including a 2-1 loss last year. Farrell and Barahona scored for Phoenix. It was an own goal, and Iwasa scored the lone goal for Sacramento on that night of August 23rd. Look at that scoreline in Reno. So it looks like the winner here tonight will be knocking out, or will play against Reno, and your dark horse looks like going home.
They were 2-1 at half, but
it was 1-1 too.
Yeah, Foster Langsdorff and Corey Herzog had other ideas in the second half.
San Antonio, New Mexico. Looks like they could be headed to extra time. El Paso and Tulsa may be a bit of a surprising result.
Oh, that's the biggest surprise right now in the West.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You kidding me? Mark Lowry's boys have to be one of the favorites for sure to come out of the West, making it all the way to Western Conference final last year, of course, falling just short to eventual champions Real Monarchs. And this is the final game, latest game to kick off in the Western Conference, Sacramento Republic at Phoenix Rising. Here's the possession we talked about. Look at the midfield shape. Defensively dropping into almost a flat 5 at times, but create proper depth for themselves. You got to keep an eye on Carlton Belmar up top as well. Loads of speed behind him. Understand with him for Sporting KC. More importantly, what he did as a lone player for that Swope Park Rangers, now at Sporting Kansas City 2. About 75–80% of the time that he stepped onto the field, he was garnering points, either from goals or distribution standpoint and assists, and he's able as the 9, but he likes to rotate down into the channel as well. Sort of lost in translation last year under Gary Smith's squad in Nashville, but different now. Mark Briggs has found a way to get himself back into that true number 9 position. He's got great supplementation out of wing play from Bijev. Dark Vermela, great combination 3. Need to get back on track here.
Mark Briggs says Carlton Belmar does everything you want as a number 9. Now there's some depth at that striker position as well with Frank Lopez. He's on the bench. The competition is good in training. And now a chance maybe for Sacramento to break. Good sliding challenge by Cochran. Long switch of play for Asante. He'll slide this ahead. And a throw in.
They'll take that matchup all day, though, Josh, because what happened, Santi Mora starts to bring himself inside. John Beccaro had gone out wide, but the left side hadn't shifted all the way back over, so the immediate spring to Carlton Belmar. Yes, the pass is off, but look at all the space that was available. You stretch the back 3 that are currently sitting there because of that step by Darnell King. You get the ball out in front of them, and all of a sudden you're off to the races.
Couldn't quite get it back from Dadashev. Belmar goes down and wins a free kick. Belmar still picking himself up off the turf. Good touch to find some space. Bijev out wide. Potentially some numbers here. Belmar. It falls for Formella. Great save from Lubin. And it's finally cleared. The Phoenix goalkeeper coming up big for his side to keep it level at 0-0. Once again, Sacramento getting into those wide positions, using crosses to their advantage, and a free kick there for Phoenix. Let's go back and take a look at that last opportunity. It was a really good one there.
Watch Andrew Wheeler-Amanu in the midfield, and this is the rotation I talk about. Great little step on the outside, and that right there, the touch into negative space, in behind Beccaro, sees Bijev streaking down the sideline, and you're trying to find Belmar on the first one, but you've got the late run on the back post. Dark Vermela, shocked that this doesn't end up in the back of the net, but that is everything you could ask of and more from Zach Lubin. He has been the mainstay all season long, and for good reason.
There's another cross coming in there from the flank. Sacramento, the most successful crosses / corners of any championship team. Almost at a 30% clip of successful crosses.
Well, just notice where the attack came from once again. Even though it starts in the middle, look where the ball gets served in on. It's that far side, the left side that I talked about, where Villian Bijev, you get it out in front of him. It's Phoenix Rising understanding that their want, both of their outside backs, readily involved in the attack running forward. Makes perfect sense for sure. Slimmer gets tangled up here. There's just so much space left in behind. You rely a lot on AJ Cochran and Joey Farrell to understand where the pressure points are going to come from. Here it comes again.
It's Bijev, his cross. Belmar was there. He couldn't do much with it.
The one argument you would have for these balls being whipped in is that when Carlton Belmar does have the opportunity to get a touch onto it, notice he's in such an advanced role, meaning in terms of his proximity to the near post, you're asking for a really difficult flick off that right foot of his, almost impossible on a redirect from the left, which means he's gonna need a second run in behind where he can dummy and let it, or he's gonna have to hold it up and allow someone up the top of the 18 to come through. We've seen one, and Dark Famella on the back post just moments ago. The other two times, there's been nobody else to help out.
Sante tangled up with Lopez. Sante being a shorter player, he's going to be at that height for those potentially stray elbows, stray arms, and it looks like he caught one there. He looks to carry on. This ball put straight out of play. Taken away in the midfield. Here comes Sacramento again, quick on the counter. Formela ahead. Formela will lay this up for Lopez. Just trying to cushion that into that right corner, and he missed everything. Sanderson Ford, ABC 15, CW 61, and Sprouts Farmers Market present Kick in a Donation for Operation Santa Claus. Donate $20 for our 20th year anytime between now and October 9th, and you could win 2021 Phoenix Rising season tickets. For more info, go to givetotheclaws.com. Kanan, the Israeli, is down. They're saying he needs to go off due to a head injury.
It's a weird rhythm of the match, right?
There's been good chances for both sides, but it's kind of stop and start. Sent forward. Phoenix trying to win a second ball here. Win the third. It's Moar. Lambert. Whelan.
Get all the space for Santimore on the left-hand side. Find a way to get the ball to his feet. Everything's pretty slow in terms of rotation right now. Instead, you're forcing really low diagonal coming across in terms of probability of completion. They get away with one as the ball comes back out, and they go again. Just notice, look at all the space pretty much being locked down right now. Little 1v1 battles, even when there's rotation. Again, the long ball back across allows Sacramento Republic to step in behind. And this is when the brilliance of Sam Stanton, John Baccaro to step in, become that pretty impressive playmaker, find that dissecting ball.
Some room at the top of the box for Baccaro to get a shot away. He's blocked down. It almost found Dadashov. Coming forward, will fall through for Diaz. Should be getting our first half hydration break here momentarily. The next dead ball. Decisive goes down. Free kick for Sacramento. Looks like we'll get that hydration break just past the 30-minute mark. Still nothing to split these two sides. Phoenix has hit the woodwork through that man, Solomon Asante. And on the other side, a good save from Zach Lubin on a Formela opportunity. A couple of good chances both ways as both teams will break here for just a moment. But talking about that man right there, Solomon Asante, the assist champion again for the second straight season. And it caught the attention of one Didier Drogba.
The king, Didier Drogba. Look at everything that he's been able to do over the past couple of seasons. Solomon Asante, of course, double-double club back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. And though a shortened season in 2020, he still does go back-to-back as the assist champion. The only man to ever do it, by the way, modern era of the USL Championship. Good on that man. And when you look at what this team needs right now, you need a leader. And you need it in a multitude of ways, and it's got to be Solomon Asante, and it usually is. This is pregame, getting his boys going, a nice little stretch. He leads by example, he leads by force, and vocally, every single person will tell you he is the loudest one on a regular basis in the locker room. Seeing it firsthand, Josh, he's got this charismatic nature about him, this glow. He's a comedian, but that also turns another corner, and the next thing you know, you're looking at him going, okay, boss, which direction are we going? The fact that even before the whistle blew, he's stepping in, he's been going all season long in a time when this team really needs it, that bodes well for Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, three things stuck out to me when talking with Blair Gavin this week about Asante. He said, one, he brings everyone together. Two, his laugh is infectious, as you mentioned. And three, gets people focused. That's the most important thing. And Gavin said he's leaning on him to understand the pulse of this team right now. Of course, stepping in, difficult for Gavin under the circumstances, but when you have a guy as steady as Solomon Asante, that sure can help. See him there in the foreground, just getting to his feet. Blair Gavin, just 31 years old, from the area, played for Phoenix Rising, understands what this club is all about, and that's another man, Asante, who knows what this club is all about. It's a winning culture here in Phoenix. They're still trying to capture that ultimate prize. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday night, the last match in the round of 16 to kick off on this USL Championship playoff Saturday night. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. If you're flipping between games, if you're multi-screening it tonight, it's a fun night around the USL. Started out east earlier today, and of course ending out west tonight. Some scores. Reno is through to the next round, so the winner of this will face Reno next weekend. And that game will be in Reno. So neither of these sides will have to go on the road to get that done. Extra time in San Antonio between them and New Mexico United, who is no stranger to playing on the road this season. As Villarreal gets it wide, and Tulsa Look at that scoreline right now, 69 minutes in. That's the biggest shocker of the three so far.
2-1, go figure. FC Tulsa, if anything is 2020, that's it right there. And all due respect to FC Tulsa, Mark Lowry's team, El Paso Locomotive. You talk to pretty much any coach, either East or West in this league, a lot of respect coming out of the 8th Notch supporters group and what that team is capable of. Sometimes to a fault when they try and slow it down and almost crawling throughout their matches. More concerned about possession numbers and chances created as well as touches on the ball, as opposed to actually just going out and trying to find a way to win. There's something to be said about that. And come playoff time, anything can change. FC Tulsa has gotten better down the stretch, but more importantly, what does the growth look like for both of these teams moving forward in this match that has started to slow down? I would argue that the better of the chances have come from Sacramento Republic, though, to your point, from a set-piece opportunity. Solomon Asante bringing the woodwork early on. That looked like he was offside.
And he was. Flag up.
But again, right now, this all goes back to that transitional play we talked about. Pace was everything, right? Tempo. Haven't seen any of that from Phoenix Rising so far. They're willing to dance on the ball, and Sacramento Republic has allowed it. Watch them when they sit back, Josh. They just drop a block of 4, a block of 5, and then Carlton Belmar will chase every now and then. But there's a good little shapeshift as well. Villarreal, Andrew Wheeler, Aminu, and Roro Lopez. They're providing proper depth. It's making very difficult for John Vaquero and Sam Stanton to try and get on the ball and dance a little bit. All the more reason why you turn up the heat here. Pick up the pace, start spraying left and right. You know, these 3-4 touches, let's turn it up to 1 and 2 and find a way. Let's get the ball into Solomon Asante. Santi Moar. Where's Rufat Dadashov dropping down into the pocket and then getting your midfield players to play off of that holdup?
Seen the long diagonal a couple times tonight from Phoenix. They won't win this one. It's a foul on Moar. Scored a screamer last week against Los Dos. Pointed right to the badge on his jersey after scoring that goal. Maybe a bit of relief for Phoenix after all they went through the week before. Diaz puts it back into play. Haven't seen some good opportunities from either side in the past few minutes. There's Vaquero going to motor down this right flank, and he'll win a free kick. Entangled up there with Shannon Gomez.
Given the fact that they haven't had a lot of chances in front of goal, I'm slowing this down right now. Again, another set-piece opportunity. When your attack is struggling, you have to find a way to build from other areas. This has to be one of them. Both left and right on the ball. Look at Corey Whelan, by the way. Loads of space. Why not touch this into him? Got Darnell King in there as well. And this is probably going to be a long ball up over the top, but I'd love to see another dimension added here.
We'll slide one player into that pocket. It'll be Vaquero. Good whip on that ball. It's kept alive. Stanton will stand this up towards the back post and puts it straight out of play. Not going to quite get the cross right. Arizona Complete Health is the exclusive health plan partner of the Phoenix Rising Football Club, providing each member the tools they need to successfully manage their own health. No matter your age or stage in life, Arizona Complete Health has you covered. Still have yet to see a corner kick taken in this match through 39 minutes. Who's going to blink first? That first goal could be very, very important. It's a foul throw there on the far side. You don't see that all too often. If you could hear Mark Briggs in the background, he was a bit confused by it as well.
The defensive shape is just brilliant for Sacramento Republic. Look at every single attacking player for Phoenix Rising. Not only are they pretty much marked up, but there's triangles around them too. It's one of the better balls we've seen so far. Watch out. That's where they need to go, Josh. That's what I'm talking about, where there's the quick little touch all the way back across, and though the diagonal hasn't suited them well so far, you have to find a way to start to make something out of it. The amount of touches and passes out of the front three right now, I'll give you the stats in a second in this build-up, but it's just not enough.
Holds in that space again. Vaquero for Asante, converging on him quickly. It's poked away. Lambert keeps it in for Phoenix. This ball lofted forward. Two white jerseys converging on Dadashev, who goes down. Moar going right up to the referee, and Dadashev is still down. Moar seems pretty sure that that was a penalty. Dadashev back on his feet. Take a look at that. Shout for penalty again.
It's really difficult to ask on this one. This ball back over the top here. The argument is that coming up over the back from Dekel Kanon, but Rufat Dadashev holds ground. He actually comes straight up on him. See a foul there. More concerning, and prior to that build-up, this is what I was going to talk to here. You're 42 minutes into this playoff match. Okay, and we understand that the front three for Phoenix Rising are everything for the most part. In terms of overall touches, Salman Asante has touched the ball 14 times. Santi Moar, 12. Rufat Dadashev, 7. If you combine all three, the amount of passes they put together, 9. The three of them together have only put together 9 passes. It's just not good enough. Simple as that.
Trying to change that now. Dadashev cutting in field. Asante will latch onto it. Bit of a hesitation and wins a corner kick. And he gets tripped up, trying to go quickly to that corner. But it's the first corner kick of the match for Phoenix Rising. It's a Carvana corner kick. Asante will go to the top of the box. And Vaquero sends it out of Casino Arizona Field. Big news out of San Antonio. An extra time goal for New Mexico United, the team that has played all 15, now 16 games on the road this season. And they lead through Chris Wehan. Of course it was him. 101st, so about 19 minutes left for San Antonio's season to stay alive.
His 7th on the year.
And you've been impressed with Troy Lesesne this season.
I think that they're starting to really give you different looks now, right? Speaking of different looks, watch this with Roro Lopez and Rufat Dadashev in the middle. Things are getting heated, and this started before on the challenge to Rufat Dadashev in the box, and we're paying the favor a little bit here on Villarreal.
Can you tell it's a playoff match?
It's only going to get worse from here, and they're back at it again.
Looks like Elvis Osmanovic going to his pocket again. Looks like Decisive and Lopez both into the book.
When just before halftime here, Josh, this is on your head referee to just settle things down a little bit. We talked about the tempo or lack thereof because the rhythm was just so off with all the startages and stoppages here in the opening 45 minutes. Same thing, it's just kind of blasé, right? A couple build-ups here and there. Half chances as the first half has gone on. But recently, things have started to heat themselves up, and they've all come from these 50-50 balls. And the argument coming from Rufat Decisive is that he went straight up, similar to what he experienced in the matchup against Deco Kanon and the rest of the back line for Sacramento Republic just moments ago. Both of those boys will see themselves a caution. So 45 minutes with the possibility of maybe coming back to haunt either one of them.
When you look at the stats across the board, it is almost even in shots, in duels won. Possession, though, well in favor of Phoenix Rising. I'm not sure that really bothers Sacramento all too much. It's Villarreal, who's now just sitting up and getting back to his feet.
Took a pretty good whack here. Just watch the elbow coming back up over the side right. It's really tough to see. There it is, the left elbow on Villarreal, and that's the argument from the referee. You got to look a second ago on the knock that he took right under that right eyelid. Already see the swelling. Hopefully it doesn't impede his vision too much, as Villarreal, such an important piece in this midfield trio with he, Wheeler Aminu, and Roro Lopez. Of course, the spirit of Roro Lopez driving this squad right now.
So he's waiting to come back on. Let's put back into play, and we're into an additional 4 minutes of stoppage time. Another collision. Looks like a set piece opportunity now coming for Sacramento. A lot of whistles in this first half.
Andrew, talk to Jaime. Tell him, keep his head.
Lopez will stand over this set piece. Lopez whips it in all the way. Almost the other side of the box and straight out of play. Just didn't get that one right. CW61 Arizona has all the Rising action. Watch the games right here live or stream it live on your ABC 15 app, on Roku, Fire TV, and more streaming devices. CW61 Arizona, your home for Phoenix Rising. I can now tell you it's 2-2 in El Paso. Paso Locomotive have come back to level things with about 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time.
Again, that would easily be the biggest upset of the entire USL Championship. The first round of these playoffs that have definitely seen a fair share of goals for sure. In the East, the Rowdies Birmingham Legion, it was 2-0 Rowdies, all of a sudden 2-2. And then a blink of an eye. Neil Collins' boys back out in front. It would finish 4-2. Louisville City got a couple stars on their jersey, seeking their third. Took down Pittsburgh Riverhounds 2-0. How about St. Louis FC, by the way?
Late winner.
Survive in advance.
How about that?
Another goal that keeps them going.
It's literally survival.
Phoenix aren't going to care about anything else right now. All they're focused on is the task at hand. And some sloppy build-up right now, trying to find their way within this match. Sacramento Republic haven't exactly been great either.
That was friendly fire there, and Phoenix might be able to make it pay off. Asante's cross cleared away. Belmar took that. I'm not exactly sure where it hit, but he went down right away. Through the minimum of 4. Ijev going down. Looks like advantage being played. Lopez ahead for Belmar, and he lost his footing. physicality in this match. See players down, it seems like every couple of minutes. You wonder what the team talks at halftime are going to be like.
Well, the good news is for both these managers, they haven't conceded. The bad news is the overall creativity definitely lacking. Blair Gavin, the interim for Phoenix Rising. His cause for concern is going to be that front three and lack of production. Not for necessarily trying, but the distribution just hasn't been there for him. Got to find a way to turn up the heat a little bit. Much too slow in their actions moving forward for Sacramento Republic. They're happy to slow this game down as the better buildup has come from the visitors. Understanding that this was always going to be a marathon, never a sprint. And another 45 minutes as to whether or not this game opens up. Only time will tell, but lackluster performances in the first half from both these teams.
Some yellow cards, some physicality. This playoff match has everything except for goals so far. 45 minutes down, and might we have more than 45 minutes to go. Extra time definitely in the cards tonight, or will we get a second half goal? And right now, Casino Arizona Field, it's halftime, and it's brought to you by Arizona Complete Health.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Halftime is brought to you by Arizona Complete Health. 0-0 between Phoenix Rising and Sacramento Republic here in this first round playoff match. Well, let's go check out what's going on around the USL with Devin Kerr's The Dish.
10 games for you. 7 coming out of the East, 3 coming out of the West, and this week's edition of The Dish. Simple enough. Riverhounds need 3 points and apply the pressure to get the #1 overall seed in Group F. They back a goal in the 15th. Union 2 respond, but Albert Dequa in the 92nd minute get them 3 points. Hartford Athletic, the pressure's on you. Charlotte Independence, North Carolina FC, a must-win for North Carolina FC. Instead, Valentin Sabella, and 94th minute, there's your game winner. Birmingham loss. That gets Charlotte Independence to the #1 seed in their group. Let's turn the page. Louisville City hosting Sporting Kansas City 2. Goals by Paolo Del Piccolo in the 26th minute. Cameron Lancaster in the 40th minute. Sporting Kansas City 2 and Tyler Freeman put up a fight, but the 2-1 victory bags the #1 seed in the East. Not the #1 seed overall, though. Reno 1868 hold that honor in the West. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charleston Battery. Battery trying to find some momentum into the postseason. Yeah, how about 3 wins against the Tampa Bay Rowdies overall? In emphatic fashion, Zaracostas, the brace. They move on. They finish second in their group, though. St. Louis FC, here's another winning in. A draw gets them nowhere, but it does for Inley. Blackwood, 35th minute, boom. Wallfall, 47th minute, boom. 2-0. Tyler Pasher would net from the spot. Too little, too late. Indy 11 out. St. Louis FC in. 901 FC take down the Birmingham Legion 3-1. Legion are absolutely stumbling, crawling, groppling, but they are into the postseason. As mentioned, Independence get the victory. They are the #1 seed there. Birmingham Legion still get into the #2. Yeah, what's up on Bruno? He scored, but it wasn't good enough. Reno 1868, 3 points, gets them the #1 overall seed in the entire USL Championship. As we stand right now, the road to the final runs through Greater Nevada Field. Phoenix Rising bouncing back. 4 goals. Santi Moar, Sam Stanton with the brace, and AJ Cochran. Augustine Williams grabbed his, what do they call it, the 13th on the year, gets to within 1 of Junior Fleming's, but not enough. Both of those teams, though, still alive. 1 and 2 in Group B. Austin Bold Talk about groveling into the postseason. San Antonio FC is right there as well. Austin Bolt should have won last time. They do it this time. Billy Forbes, Ima Tumasi. Yeah, that's 2 goals. That's enough. See ya. FC Tulsa won, though, so they don't make the postseason. Hartford Athletic, draw does nothing. They need a win in order to get into the 1 seed in their group, Group F. Oh, Connor McGlynn. Welcome back, Connor. How good is this? Number 2 overall behind Louisville based upon goal differential. Number 1 in Group F. Who'd have thought it? 2020. Nice to see you.
Well, plenty going on around the USL Championship. The East is situated, the West not so much. Anything shock you on this round of 16 Saturday?
Nothing shocks me anymore, Josh. It's 2020.
Sure.
And interestingly enough, pretty much in my mind, chalk on the right side. Of course, as we sit right now, FC Tulsa and El Paso Locomotive have notched up at 2. That would be the biggest result of the night.
It's the arrival. I came in the league, went straight for the title. No time to idle. I'm finna get it, put that on a Bible. This is survival. Gotta treat every move like the final. Get it, don't mindset.
Halftime is brought to you by Arizona Complete Health. Nothing doing in the first 45 minutes between Phoenix and Sacramento. Of course, at the end of the regular season, some awards to be given out. And one of them going to Solomon Asante. We talked about it earlier, back-to-back seasons getting that assist champion.
Recognize the 2018-2019, grabbing the double-double as well. No one had ever done that. In fact, coming into the 2018 season, we had only ever had 3 people reach the double-double club. That's starting to change now. Solomon Asante. Good on him. Danny Vitiello falls just short tonight. Pretty spectacular performance in goal, though he would give up the second one. Not an impressive form down the stretch. Pittsburgh Riverhounds couldn't find anything on the offensive side of the ball. As mentioned, Louisville City will move on. St. Louis FC, and the belief that if Steve Trittschuh, hometown hero, does good on the road at Hartford Athletic, Kings Cup in the final 8 on a 4 of the Eastern Conference. Reno, they do their job. Charleston Battery in extra time, and Neil Collins will get an opportunity to take them down. Remember, 3 losses on the season for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, all at the hands of the Charleston Battery.
That scoreboard brought to you by Best Western. The second half is coming up next. Looking for a goal, or will we get extra time? It's on the other side.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers. Managed IT and cloud services. Unified communications and telephones. Security systems and cameras. Complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Getting set for the second half from Casino Arizona Field. Nothing to split the two sides in the first half, but still chances either way. Let's take a look at those first half highlights. Phoenix and Sacramento, we start in the 5th minute. And this is Asante hitting the woodwork.
And knew initially that he was going to go to that near post because there was a lot of respect being given to the wall. Understand it, trust the process. Solomon Asante almost puts them out in front early. But there would be a nice sparring partner in the form of Sacramento Republic. Watch them battle back in. Villian Bijev slices, dices, with the ball back across. It's just not good enough. It's not a bad idea, but it's too far away, and there's a disconnect between the boys up top. When your option is Villarreal trying to step in and win a header, it's going to be easy pickings for Zach Lubin. We go again. John Baquero, set pieces. It's close. It's not Solomon Asante in the 5th minute, but 10 minutes later, 14th, he's trying to find the near post as well. Rafa Diaz has it covered. The best opportunity of the entire first half. Watch the rotation here. Great little break in between the lines by Andrew Wheeler. Aminu finds Villian Bijev. Ball out in front. Pace, tempo. Dark Famila on the back post. Fantastic save by Zach Lubin.
Keeping the match level at 0-0. Let's take a look at those first half stats. The shots even across the board. Technically nothing on target there for Phoenix.
I still have a problem with the fact that they haven't found a way to get Santi Mar, Rufat Dadashov, and Solomon Asante involved in this run of play going forward. Look, you want to switch possession, that's fine. Usher this thing left and right. At some point in time, there has to be an intent, and an intent that this is playoff football, Josh. Understand that it doesn't have to be the prettiest. However, it hasn't been pretty for a while, and the product that you expect out of Phoenix Rising right now, this isn't good. The fact that Sacramento Republic have probably been the better team in terms of chances going forward in the first half, there's going to be a belief from Mark Briggs' boys that they will continue to do exactly what they were doing, pick and choose their moments, and then go nick a goal here or there. For Phoenix Rising, set the tempo now. Go apply some pressure and say, no, this game is going to go our way, and it's time for you to follow.
Can they get it done at home? Final match to kick off on this Saturday night around the USL Championship, the round of 16. The winner will move on to face Reno 1868 next weekend. Will it be Sacramento for another derby between those two sides, or will it be Phoenix trying to avenge their loss from earlier this season against Reno up at Greater Nevada Field? Conference semifinals next weekend, but still a lot to figure out here at Casino Arizona Field. Will we get that opening tally in this 90 minutes, or will we need more? No changes for either side. Of course, the 5 substitution rule still in effect. If we go to extra time, it'll be 1 more that is allowed. Long throw in coming for Phoenix. There's a foul. It's like Farrell getting tangled up with McCrary. For Diaz. Once again in the wide position for Sacramento Republic. Who do you think this type of game favors as we get the second half started?
Sacramento Republic, 100%. It's simple. They're going to slow it down. They'll find moments. They're not going to press Phoenix because it turns into a situation where you poke a sleeping dragon. You know, if you say, listen, we're going to try and open this up ourselves, there's no reason to do that because then you overexpose yourself defensively. You're feeding into the hand of Phoenix Rising. That's not what you need to do. Sit back, bide your time, keep that great defensive shape, and just like this, be tactful on the ball, be creative in the final third, and it'll fall right into place for him.
Gomez has his shot blocked. Scores from around the league. New Mexico United, who needs to play at home? They'll keep moving on. 1-0 over San Antonio. So the last unbeaten team in the USL Championship goes out. Tulsa and El Paso in extra time. Of course, 0-0 here in Phoenix. The biggest surprise would, of course, be Tulsa if they can pull that off.
Big if.
Big if.
For sure. Two very different styles for Michael Ensian and Mark Lowry. Just sort of wonder how much trouble we would get into. Production, can we get that game up here, please? Just throw it in the quad. You know, for all the fans, let's throw it in the bottom corner. A little picture-in-picture. It's 2020. What else, right?
You know, on some ESPN apps, you can do the picture-in-picture. I'm sure some fans are taking advantage of that right now.
I'm pretty sure that would not be involved in our game rate.
I think you're right about that. Vaquero trying to probe this back line. All intercepted. Free kick going Sacramento's way. Phoenix Rising in this round last year. They beat Austin in penalty kicks, and before going out to Real Monarchs in the conference semifinals. And you asked Blair Gavin his last year motivation for this team, and he shut that talk down, saying this is a different team, it's a different time. And he said the biggest motivation is just go out and get one more game. They're taking this, as cliche as it is, one game at a time.
Understand they're also chasing pretty much ghosts of Christmas past, if you will, where there's the rebrand in 17. They lose to Swope Park Rangers. 2018 seemed like it was written in the stars for Phoenix Rising then, but of course, injury to Chris Cortez and the lone goal to Louisville City. The former Luke Spencer in the 62nd minute shot that down, gave Louisville City back-to-back championships in their second start. And then last year, the 20-game win streak. And they've talked about it multiple times over, that it got to a point where there was a pride for this team just finding a way to win, that maybe they should have been working on their overall form. And you saw that. And it's great that they had the character to go get a victory, but at the same point in time, have to get better as you progress on in the season. And that didn't necessarily happen. You find the tail end of it. Fresno locks you off your perch after the 20. You lose to the Monarchs, find a way to get back on winning track, and of course you lose to the Monarchs again in postseason play.
Briggs with his disagreements.
We also have to recognize, Josh, that over the past couple of years, the teams that have carried really the top two spots outside of 2018 haven't fared very well in the USL Championship playoffs. Reno, of course, setting the tone this year, but if you go back to 2019, the number 2 seed was Reno 1868. They lost 3-1 in the first round to Sacramento Republic. Of course, Sacramento Republic was actually in the play-in game, the 7-10. Then went on the road. They would eventually lose to El Paso Locomotive, 3-0 in the next round. Go back to 2018. Similar story. Sacramento Republic was the number 2 seed that year, behind Orange County in that run that we referenced for Phoenix Rising. They repaid the favor to Swope Park Rangers for taking down Orange County and going on the road. And historically, though, anyone in the top 4 spots are where you want to be. If you take a look at every single champion since the rebrand in the modern era of 2011, it's primarily been a 1 or 2 seed. There have been 2 number 3s, and then last year the Real Monarchs became the first number 4 seed overall to take down the title. But Phoenix Rising, based upon the way points played out this year, sitting in the number 2 spot, struggling a little bit here against Sacramento Republic, the visitors.
Gomez came off, but looks like he's going to continue. Something in the back of that left leg. Monitor that. The remainder. Played down that channel into that left corner. Belmar trying to go right through the legs and didn't quite work out. Bounces it along for King. Couldn't really do much with it.
It's fantastic defensive work by Joey Farrell, though, to push off Carlton Belmar. And again, just seems off, right? Touchdown into the corner, Darnell King. How many times have we seen that before? And the relationship that has been pretty impressive between he and Santi Moar, never fully taking shape 55 minutes into this match.
And Gomez, he went down again, and it looks like that'll be the end of the night for Shannon Gomez, 24-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. He's making just his 3rd start tonight. Battled injuries last season, made 21 appearances. And it looks like it'll be Matt Mahoney to come on, the 25-year-old out of Buffalo. His 11th appearance on the season. He did score a big goal against Los Dos in 2019. Can he provide that same spark off the bench tonight? The substitution brought to you by Sprouts.
Well, let's see what they do here, more importantly. If they move him to the interior next to Deco Kanon and rotate Hilliard Arce to the outside. Or if they're going to keep him right where he's at, keep him on the right side of the pitch and move Jordan McCrary all the way over. That would probably be the better route, to be honest. McCrary to right back, Matt Mahoney, McCrary to left back, Matt Mahoney to right back, and you keep your center backs paired up. Have done well for themselves.
Cochran surveying the scene. Whelan cutting in field. Now it's King. As they work this around methodically. Look at all those white jerseys back defending. On the touchline is Piquero. He'll retrieve it. Now it's King. As they swing it around now for Asante. His cross couldn't quite thread the needle. Darnell King on the turn. Wide for Moar. His cross blocked down, he keeps it alive. For Lambert, trying to just cushion it down, and then it's finally cleared away. And there's a foul. Well, do you need to open a bank account but want to do so safely from home? Head over to ArizonaFederal.org. Arizona Federal Credit Union has been a proud sponsor of your Phoenix Rising since their inaugural season. You can get a new account open online faster than you can save Rufat Dadashov, only at ArizonaFederal.org.
Bad news, Josh. Things have gone from bad to worse for FC Tulsa. Of course, did have that lead on the road against El Paso Locomotive prior to the equalizer just before full time. Callan Chapman-Page, the goal scorer that did give them the lead off the beautiful service from Lebo Meloto, picked up his second yellow just moments ago. They will go down to 10 men for the remainder of that match. And is just now turning the corner to see the final 15 minutes of extra time.
As Diaz puts this back into play, it is time for the Sonic Happy Hour, brought to you by Sonic. Enjoy the Car Hop Classic for a knockout price of $2.99. If a rising player scores during the 60th minute, one lucky fan will win a $500 Sonic gift card. For more info, visit phxrisingfc.com/Sonic. Challenge coming from behind. Asante doesn't like it. McCrary went down, and a free kick just inside the attacking half for Sacramento Republic. King battling there with Villarreal. Lambert. Shot from well out, and Lopez sends it out of play. Why not have a hit? Try to wake this game up a little bit.
Nobody wants to win Sonic. You got to show something different, right?
Why not try it, you know?
Have to show the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is the definition of insanity. For things to start to evolve here for both Phoenix Rising and Sacramento Republic if they want a shot at this.
There's Piquero. He can serve up a good ball. Not on that occasion.
You have to realize too, Josh, is with 30 minutes to go here, it's not just about this game. Of course it is, for sure. But you also don't want to turn the corner after a result, moving on and go, now what? And I mean that because both of these teams right now are looking for some sort of concrete slab to stand on. You know, you build your foundation and then you continue to go. Coming in, you and I had multiple discussions off air about what their form looked like, who I favored and in what area. But since the start of the game, neither one of these teams have really said to you, A, I want to win this match, and B, I'm capable of beating Reno 1868 FC. Of course, Sacramento Republic unbeaten in 4 games against them, 2-0-2 with 2 shutouts as well, and Reno did lose to them. So even if you can squeak out a victory here, you got to find some sort of confidence to build on as well in the match moving forward. And we just haven't seen that yet. They're pretty much getting the same look out of both teams that you saw at the beginning of the match. The difference being, for Sacramento Republic, they were never fully going to open this thing up, and I respect that. They have to sit back here a little bit.
Now here's King getting into an attacking position. He likes it on that right foot. He'll swing it all the way through again. We're playing devil's advocate to your point. I think both of these teams would love to try to figure it out in the midweek and get one more game. Now,
of course, everybody would like to figure it out midweek.
Of course, but to your point, I think both these teams are capable of beating Reno. It's just, can you go to Reno and get that done against a team that just scored 4 goals today? You really don't think so?
At this point in time, I don't think either one of these teams are capable.
Okay.
I just go by results.
That's
overall.
Fair. That's totally fair.
Phoenix lost to them earlier this season when they were playing better than they are now.
Yes.
And Reno's playing much better than when they beat Phoenix 2-1 back then. Actually did that math all on my own.
Look at you. You grow as the season goes on.
I'm evolving, Josh. Everybody's got to evolve, right?
So they say. Jeff keeps it in along the touchline. Then fouled. A free kick right in front of the Sacramento technical area.
Yeah, the challenge was always going to come here for Villian Bijev. Leans into it a little bit, but smartly so. Looks like the pressure's going to come in. John Piquero oversteps himself on the near touchline, right in front of the 4th official. They might have gone short here, especially given the height differential on the back line for Phoenix Rising. Pretty large in stature, difficult to win the aerial battle.
Lopez to the back post. It's not quite cleared away. Wheeler Amanut keeps it alive. Trying to cut in field. They'll get the cross away for Bijev. Got the one-time volley. Offside flag is raised. 65 minutes gone, still nothing to split these two sides. Chances not really plentiful for either side. Vaquero keeps it moving. Didn't quite get that knockdown. Lambert, why not have a hit? Deflected, just wide and out for a corner. And there's a little bit of a spark for Phoenix. Sante to take the corner. Cochran crashing in. It was deflected, and Cochran is called for a foul, and he can't believe it.
He's up over the back here for sure. And your momentum coming over the defender. Moments prior, Kevin Lambert, great job collecting in the midfield and trying to pull the trigger from distance. Does catch a deflection, but on further review, it's off the torso, not off the overextended arm that Rising FC was making claim to. And he's asking for his boys, imploring them, come on boys, time to pick it up a little bit here. When they've gone fast, they've done well for themselves. The problem is those opportunities have been few and far between here.
Sante, a quick turn. A little dribble into the arms of Diaz. Scored one similar to that very early on this season against Los Dos. Slide it along, and they can. Asante trying to get by his former teammate Wheeler Amanu. Cutting back in field. Top of the box. Asante, left-footed shot blocked down on the follow-up. It's deflected out for another corner kick. It's a little bit better now from Phoenix in the past couple minutes.
Keep it here, keep going. Sam Stanton getting involved, Solomon Asante. Keep applying the pressure right here. Now you start to turn up the pace. You can hear the boys barking orders at you, the sideline getting active. Now bring those big center backs up. Everybody getting in for Phoenix Rising. At some point in time, you got to change gears, Josh. You're just wondering, is this the moment they do so?
Scored on a couple of corners this season. Center backs have gotten involved. Vaquero, an in-swinger. Service not quite good enough. King will send it back in. Free kick for Phoenix Rising. Joey Farrell getting himself in the mix.
Oh, God.
Again, I go back to creativity. Have to find a way to give a different look here because it's become too predictable. Sometimes all they want to do is go up and win their individual battles, but the guessing game has been pulled out here. Look at the far side. You can touch that down into the channel pretty easily. Get a ball square back across.
Stanton will run away. Vaquero will play it into that area. Low cross coming in. It's cleared away. That worked up until that final ball in. He just couldn't get it right. Another long diagonal. Moar not able to keep it alive.
But you can see the ideas are there to be had. It's not that difficult to figure out. The problem is sometimes you get so wrapped up into what exactly is in front of you, you forget about the big picture. And understanding that they're just giving you that entire side, why not take it? You've got the speed, you've got the vision. Now you just have to execute. Touch it to Corey Whelan, knock this ball back across. It doesn't matter if it's in the air or just a dangerous ball back across the six. It's a different look. You have to keep Sacramento Republic second guessing.
You wonder when those changes could come for either side. Of course, one already made from Sacramento due to the injury. to Shannon Gomez. It's Matt Mahoney to come on for him. Sounds like a couple more subs, at least one more coming for Sacramento. You can see there in the technical area. Sounds like it'll be Drew Skundrich to come on. Stanford man. It's a pretty good Stanford trio for the Sacramento Republic side. Skundrich, Werner, who's not in the 18, and of course Tomas Hilliard-Arce. Bijev cutting in field. Villian Bijev still going, trying to go for the near post. Headed away, and it's a corner kick for Sacramento.
Conversely, you can see what he's capable of on the other side of the ball. Great job by Villian Bijev. Little cutback on the inside. Puts him on skates, gets it on that left foot of his, and then eventually brings it back across to the right, trying to pick off Zach Lubin on the near post. Some of that momentum for Phoenix Rising. Starting to shift back over to the visitors.
Took 71 minutes, but this is the first Sacramento corner of the night. Big collision in the box. A couple players go down. Formela. Low cross blocked away. And the follow-up by Villarreal. It's blocked down as well. And maybe a chance now to break for Phoenix. Dadashov. He was hit there right as he let that pass go, and a free kick for Phoenix Rising. Two spots remain in the round of 8. One of them will be decided here, the other still being decided in El Paso, Texas. Of course, the winner tonight in this match advances to face Reno. Looking for Dadashov. The offside flag coming up.
Substitution forward, Sacramento Republic FC. Entering the match is number 12.
Well, we'll get that substitution. It will be Drew Skundrich.
Rodrigo Lopez.
Looks like they're missing a letter there on his jersey, but
Oh, I'm having a word with the kit man.
it's still, we swear it's Drew Skundrich coming on.
Got Drew's back. I'm going to have a little chat with Mark Briggs. See exactly what's going on in that dressing room.
I had to confirm off the microphone just to make sure. I was like, am I seeing something here? But that is Drew Skundrich. We swear he's coming on. He's wearing the captain's armband. Lopez comes off. That sub brought to you by Sprouts. Late challenge. Temper starting to flare. Yellow card handed out. Tomas Hilliard-Arce.
Tracking the entire way here for the back line. Matt Mahoney and Hilliard-Arce on that right-hand side. Almost a bull from distance with red in his eyes.
Yeah, I still remember that.
Didn't exactly like the undercut on Matt Mahoney just moments prior.
Here's another look at it.
Watch as the ball comes back over here. So there's the undercut right there. Little love tap on the backside by Sansi Moar. And then the underextended arm. It's a foul either way for both squads, to be fair.
Here's our second half hydration break. Still nothing to split these two sides. 75 minutes gone. Of course, if we don't find a goal in the next 15 minutes plus stoppage time, we'll be headed to 30 more minutes of extra time.
For questions or concerns, please text Rising FC to 20123. And a team representative will follow up with you directly.
Just try and find a way to get your wits about you. Come down the final stretch of these games, Josh, and understand that although it hasn't been the best performance tonight. And yes, they need a leg to stand on. Still have an opportunity to go out and win this game. And with the way that everything's shaped out around the Western Conference, as mentioned earlier, and if you're just joining us, Ian Russell and the #1 overall seed in the USL Championship, Reno 1868 dispatched Los Dos 4-1. FC Tulsa and El Paso Locomotive are currently in extra time, 117th minute, 2-2. Tulsa down to 10 men after the double yellow of Callan Chapman-Page. And New Mexico United took them extra time as well. But their winner would come in the form of Chris Wehan in the 101st minute. And a team in San Antonio FC that started off pretty strong. Never really had any changes to what their dynamic, attacking, very front-forward unit looked like. Struggled in midfield. New Mexico United picks them apart on the road, and they will move on as well.
Get back to action. At a certain point, you almost feel like a goal here before the final whistle of regular time could almost be a golden goal, with how late it could be and the chances kind of few and far between in this match for both sides.
I still don't understand why Phoenix Rising hasn't gone more direct. It takes me back to comments that we got from Rick Shantz and Peter Ramage and Blair Gavin going back to the beginning of the season, even mid-season from them, that sometimes we need to recognize who we are and we need to go quick in transition. Understand that, yes, we want to hold possession. We want to have great build-up play. The transitional defending, attacking defending as well. Other times, you just got to drop the hammer. You know, the quote that we heard out of Phoenix Rising all of last year and at the beginning, and I loved it, was from Rick Shantz. He would said, tempo. Ref blows the whistle, and here it comes. We have seen none of that 80 minutes into this game. And that's the identity or lack thereof that I've talked to you about and made reference on this broadcast multiple times tonight. So many playmakers who can take over a match all on their lonesome. Santi Moar, Rufat Dadashov, Solomon Asante. That's your front three. Guys like Sam Stanton, who we've seen recently, John Beccaro from a playmaking standpoint, and yet it's this melancholy, nonchalant play that has really not challenged Sacramento Republic whatsoever.
Credit the midfield for the Sacramento Republic side, really cutting down those passing lanes in the middle. Service to Dadashov just hasn't quite been there. Looking for an effort there from outside the box. He scored in a similar position. Santi Moar last week. Couldn't quite get that elevated. Hey fans, here's a money savings tip from APS. Savings can add up fast just by changing how and when you use energy. If you're looking for ways to save on your bill, start by visiting aps.com/save. And one stop, find plans, tools, and rebates. Plus find tips for every room in your home. For all the money saving ideas, visit aps.com/save. Find space down the right side this time. Sante trying to come deep to receive the ball. And he will get it. Quick move, and he's taken down. Slapping the hand there with Wheeler Amanu. They're off to penalties in El Paso. 2-2 after extra time. This one taken quickly and right at Diaz. Goalkeeper was alert. Phoenix Rising will make their first alteration here in just a moment. Phoenix trying to go quickly, but looks like Jose Aguinaga will come on. And John Becerro makes way. One Spaniard for another. And Aguinaga will make his 9th appearance on the season. Substitution presented by Sprouts.
Got to find a way to inject some life here. Also with the understanding that if for any reason this does continue to extend itself and go to spots, Aguinaga be successful, and a couple penalties have passed. Seen him on the training ground, regularly put into rotation as well. And though John Becerro is capable, you do get fresh legs, go after the midfield shape that you referenced earlier, which has been pretty impressive from Sacramento Republic. Notice their unwillingness to overextend themselves, that if they are going to make a mistake, it'll be in Phoenix's final third. So if the shape starts to get stretched, they have time to recover. Great game plan by Mark Briggs so far.
All over everybody's head. 8 minutes to go until stoppage time. Briggs trying to find the answers for Sacramento. So Sacramento's made 2 subs in 2 different windows. So they have 3 more subs remaining in 1 window in regular time. Of course, they'll get that 1 more if we do go to extra time. Belmar. Just a slight touch there from Farrell.
They've had a nice little battle tonight. Carlton Belmar and Joey Farrell, another good one. Both really well done, both the initial separation and then the recovery by Joey Farrell to keep him at bay. That's one of the things Mark Briggs talked about, was trying to find a way to get Carl Belmar and the ball out in front of him, running down into space. Joey Farrell's pretty much locked that down tonight.
Slow build up from Phoenix here with 6 minutes to go. Trying to play it over the top for Asante. First time ball in, and then cleared away. Hey Phoenix Rising fans, 2021 new season member deposits are now available on a priority waitlist. Don't wait another minute and go to phoenixrisingfc.com/season memberships or call 623-594-9606 to speak with a representative about a membership today. Headed back to Diaz. Aguinaga trying to find a spark off the bench for Phoenix. Gonna win win that second ball now. Sacramento scored some late goals this year. Go back to that game against Portland Timbers 2 up at Providence Park. Pretty much right after death, almost the last kick of the game. Maybe some space to work upfield now for Phoenix. Coming right through the middle. Wide for Moar. Aginaga, now Asante gets taken down. Free kick, Phoenix Rising, and this is in a great spot. Looks like a yellow card will be issued as well. McCrary into the book.
Really well done by Solomon Asante. Watch as he lets this come across his body square, trying to find a way to get one of those front three involved here. Thinks that he's got the back post run coming. A little bit of help from Corey Whelan. It's actually not there, but still well done because he allows himself, if the touch doesn't come, he's now got space to explore the depths of the final third. Instead, gets whacked to the ground and a dangerous set piece here. Now, every single time we've seen Rafa Diaz start to cheat towards the back post, it's also an understanding that he trusts his wall. It's a seasoned professional. He's going to drop 4, possibly 5. I'd go with the latter. Get those big bodies in front of it because this is always going to be direct and it's always going to try and challenge this goalkeeper. The key question is, will he trust that wall? Notice how centrally located he is. He's starting to second guess a little bit. That leaves gray area for the left-footed Stanton going to the far post.
Will it be Stanton or will it be Asante? Asante's already hit the woodwork tonight. It'll be Asante right into the wall. The follow-up is deflected. It's still not cleared. The header is just knocked out for a corner kick. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Will there be a goal here in regulation? It's a Carvana corner kick. Asante punched away by Diaz. And the follow-up effort is blocked away. It's a Phoenix throw. And they'll take it quickly. Sakinaga. Moar whips one in, looking for Dadashov. Lambert now. They break down this Sacramento defense, which has stood strong all night long. Into the 90th minute. Moar gets by one. Asante. Asante, it's blocked. Looking for that near post. And a foul will end the threat. Some really good opportunities from Phoenix and not able to convert. And Cochran shakes his head as he runs away. It is El Paso Locomotive off to the next round. They win in penalty kicks. 4-2 over FC Tulsa. Big win for El Paso. So we welcome those of you in. We are approaching extra time here at Casino Arizona Field. Additional time at the end of this 90 minutes will be 4 minutes. There's one spot left in the round of 16. It's either Phoenix or Sacramento. Heard that sound a lot tonight. Plenty of whistles. only time Phoenix has been held scoreless. And there's a yellow card. It's against Orange County on July the 25th, a 1-0 loss. Kanan into the book for time wasting. Sacramento has been held scoreless on a number of occasions this season. Kanan now has to be careful, he's into the book. No ill will there from the Israeli.
Both teams wasting time right now. A lot of bickering back and forth. Let's get back at it. Still a chance for either one of these teams in the closing moments of this match. Again, just one piece of individual brilliance can get you on to the final 8.
Moar, can he win this for Phoenix right at the end? Santi Moar blocked down, and this will spin out for a corner kick. 2 minutes to go. Crowd trying to urge this Phoenix side on. It's taken quickly. Another ball sent in, headed away. Is there something in the cards here for Sacramento? Shot from Whelan tracking over.
It hit my tripod. It was gonna hit my camera, but I had to swat it out of the way.
All just being pinballed around. Moar goes down, free kick Phoenix. Might take their time here.
This is going to be it from Santi Moar. Just sit right there for a second. Hang out. A little 3v2 game. Solomon Asante knows it as well. Watch him stand just outside the 18. He knows what's going on here. And to think, you play this into Darnell King, you've got Solomon Asante, you've still got the 1-2 punch here. And now the way that it shapes out, got to swing this in.
Moar to the back post. Headed away. Final seconds ticking away. Lubin. Maybe one more opportunity. 4 minutes just about through. Elvis Osmanovic looking at his watch. And there's the final whistle. Nothing to split the two sides after 90 minutes. So we will play 30 minutes more and maybe penalty kicks as well. There's one spot left in the round of 16. We'll find out whether it's Phoenix or Sacramento extra time coming up next.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, security systems and cameras, complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Well, nothing to split the two sides after 90 minutes, so we have extra time, and we welcome those of you in who've been watching El Paso and FC Tulsa. Of course, El Paso moving on after the penalty kick shootout. And might we get that far here tonight in Phoenix? With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. Phoenix Rising, no stranger to extra time. Let's take a look at the bracket. One spot left, and of course it's the round of 8 in the next round, and there's just one spot remaining.
There's going to be a lot of work to be done, Josh, in terms of mid-season preparation, but don't look at that right now. You don't want to look at what could be against Reno. Think of what couldn't be. The fact that your season could be ending right now. These squads got to pick it up. It's time to find another gear, push yourself to another level. Quick conversation with everybody. Appropriate changes to be made for Mark Briggs and interim head coach of Phoenix Rising, Blair Gavin, and find a way to get back to the beautiful run of form we have seen in games past, because it has evaded both teams tonight.
It's been a game of very few chances for either side. Asante hit the woodwork very early on. That man Formela, a shot saved by Zach Lubin early on. Both of those were in the first half. A couple opportunities came in half number 2, mostly for Phoenix. And at the end of that 90 minutes, Sacramento was under the cosh a little bit, but they held strong in defense. A lot of numbers back behind the ball defending, and thus we are in extra time. And as Mark Briggs told us this week, it's all about mentality when you get into these positions. He was mostly talking about penalties, but you can't really teach these sorts of scenarios in training. This is just very organic within the game. We'll get it here tonight, 30 more minutes.
A competition can take over as well, and basically in the Eastern Conference, we saw some of that. Chalk right now in the West, except for New Mexico United. I'm referencing Reno winning, of course, El Paso Locomotive Roost recently, and an opportunity for Phoenix to do the same. In the East, it was a little bit different. St. Louis FC got involved, and Charleston Battery taking down the Charlotte Independents, though most people would feel like the Battery, myself included, we're the better squad heading into that. A lot of games headed into extra time. This will be the 4th out of the 8 matches to do so. And immediately, rough challenge on Sacramento Republic. Had a couple of those tonight.
Phoenix going all the way to penalties and winning an epic penalty shootout last year against Austin Bold. Sacramento trying to find something. Lambert, look at that defensive touch. Sante puts on the brakes. Here comes Phoenix down the left. Santi Moar. As we get into extra time, of course, both teams get a 6th substitution and an extra window to use as well. So Phoenix has 3 windows remaining and now 5 subs available to use. And Sacramento has 2 windows and 4 substitutions available still to use. Whether all those are used or not, still yet to be seen.
You'll get a really good idea of the confidence that the players on the field will be carrying if they have to start to situate themselves for a run into penalties. Whether or not the managers will make changes.
Bijev in a wide position, good cross in, but it's right at Lubin. He distributes quickly. Stanton cushions it just a little bit behind Aguinaga. Stanton couldn't keep it alive. We talked about the service for that front three of Asante, Dadashov, and Moar. How have you seen that evolve in the second half?
It's gotten a little bit better. The problem is it's still nowhere near where they need that success to be, Josh. If you take a look at how dynamic this front three can be, there's so much speed behind them, and that's what I still revert back to. We've discussed multiple times the inversion of Santi Moar, his willingness to challenge the interior, create with Solomon Asante, get some overlapping with Darnell King, and how about Rufat Dadashov dropping down into the pocket? All of that comes down to their ability to step on the ball but move it forward with pace, and that hasn't happened whatsoever. Sacramento Republic sitting back, buying their time, understanding that the windows of opportunity are going to be few and far between when given one. Can they pick those out? We just haven't seen that yet.
Villarreal get it right back on the give and go. Skundrich some space down this left side. Trying to stand that up right in the middle of the box. The shot was there, but not put on frame for Mella. A great opportunity for Sacramento.
I initially thought this was going to pop out to Viljan Bijev on the back post, but the second ball comes right back across the mixer. Great ball by Drew Skundrich, because he understands he's just got to float this to the back post, let someone run underneath it. And how, oh how does Carlton Belmar set this up for Formela, their leading scorer. That one set up on a silver platter, couldn't finish it off.
Looking for the flag to come up as Phoenix Rising, it won't. Instead, it's a Sacramento corner kick. If you want goals, Sacramento has some good goal scorers on the bench in Cameron Owasa and Frank Lopez. We'll see if either of them are called upon here in extra time or even for penalties. Bijev. There's that near post. Cleared away.
These long ball ideas have just been a little bit off tonight, Josh, with Andrew Wheeler. I mean, just a second ago, that ball to Viljan Bijev could have easily been sprayed outside, but it's got to come quicker. Again, it all goes back to what we've really discussed over this entire match. Too many touches, the thought process too slow. The rapidity of play has to pick up here if you want to find a way to continue on in this tournament.
Here's Bijev. There's Skundrich. There's King sliding in.
And they get lucky here. The midfield presence of Sacramento Republic has to start to pick itself up. Andrew Wheeler, Aminu. You know, they run a double pivot with he and Jaime Villarreal, but with Drew Skundrich as the addition for Roro Lopez, who of course was sitting on a yellow card, picked up all the way back in the 45th minute. All three of those can start to rotate together. Andrew Wheeler, Aminu is the one who has been sitting deeper, still more than capable of carrying that playmaking role, but when you watch them try and build out of the back, the depth just isn't there right now. They push themselves into an advanced role, and you just don't have the presence at all in behind the front three of Phoenix Rising. That's not a good look. Got to find a way to create a little bit of a segue here. Start to move the ball to the exterior. Dark Formela, Viljan Bijev. Bijev seems pretty confident in himself, but have not been able to distribute to that right-hand side.
Here's Whelan. Stanton likes it on that left foot. He couldn't get it on it.
There is a new pep in Solomon Asante's step, though. Notice he's really starting to pick it up here. Not necessarily the recipient of some great distribution to the outside, but when he's got that kind of confidence, keep going.
Cushions that ball. It was a cross coming all the way through. Somehow it didn't get redirected in. It's still alive for Phoenix. Lambert. I'm not sure how that ball took the deflection it did, but it's out for a corner kick.
You're lucky it doesn't end up in the back of his own net as well. Dangerous ball coming back across. Solomon Asante understanding the run from Corey Whelan, coming in that outside back position. And if you're Solomon Asante, steady the ship here. Allow the big bodies to get up.
Asante sends it in. And this will trickle out for another corner kick. Asante to the back post this time. That was Cochran going up over everybody there. He scored from a couple of corner kicks this year. Not here. Wide for Bijev. It's been a good battle all night, him against King. Some experienced players in the USL Championship. They go at it again. King can't quite keep it in.
I would love to know the tracker for exactly how much distance Darnell King has put in tonight. He's been up and down, really active on that far touchline, and then tracking back into that 1v1 against William Bijev. All over the pitch. A bit surprised that Sacramento Republic haven't tried to attack that far side a bit more. They have found some success.
Out of the way by Lambert. Here's Bijev again. Too far for Villarreal. For Mela. Sacramento a chance to enjoy some possession. McCrary over the head of King, but the offside flag, or pardon me, a handball, will save Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, why is that like a doggy shot?
Quick foul. Phoenix will go quick.
I'm just saying, I chose that one.
Here's Lambert looking to tee one up. His shot blocked down. A fall for Whelan. They cycle it all the way around now for Moar. Always likes to cut it on that right foot. He'll go on his left. Diving save by Diaz just to parry that aside and knock it out of danger. Belmar collides with Farrell. Free kick, Phoenix.
These brief moments as a goalkeeper, you cannot switch off. Zach Lubin on one end has been called to arms a few times. Rafa Diaz doing the same. Really well done by the goalkeeper. In traffic as well, Josh. Again, you cannot fall asleep. Mentally, things are going to continue to really test yourself here, whether the shots are coming or not. It's a good reason why Mark Briggs, multiple times this season, has said how impressive the Dominican has been back there in between the pipes.
Clipped ahead for Asante. Just over a minute left until halftime of extra time. Here's Moar. Evading one. Moar on that right foot. A curling effort that Diaz is able to see go wide. He always loves to cut in on that right foot, and he almost scored another one.
We've seen this time and time again, most recently last time out against Los Dos in their 4-1 victory. And Josh, 105th minute, you know, you're getting ready to turn the page in the second period of extra time. Got to find a way to dig down deep into that repertoire and show something else. We've talked about it from set piece opportunities. Some of that has started to take shape. But in terms of the overall attacking presence for Phoenix Rising moving forward, we haven't really seen anything different. I would love to see some of those runs that we've seen in recent memory from Sam Stanton, where he started to step out from the midfield again, bagged himself a couple goals in the previous game where he pushes this extension and tries to help out that front three, who tonight struggling to say the least. Why not Sam Stanton? A fresh-legged Jose Aguinaga. Sacramento Republic haven't had to deal with a lot of those rushes, bridging the gap between this midfield trio into that front three to create an overload. Give them a different look and challenge them in a different manner.
Halftime of extra time, 15 minutes more. Still nothing to split these two sides. Penalties. It'll be the second straight year for Phoenix Rising, should they get to penalties in this round, that they do so. Just 2 subs have been used from Sacramento, 1 from Phoenix. We mentioned the attacking options on the bench for Sacramento with Lopez and Iwasa.
Understanding that one of those came via injury as well to Shannon Gomez.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're pretty much even Stevens 1v1. Of course, Jordan McCrary moving from the right to the left. Matt Mahoney tucking out next to Tomas Hilliard Arce. And it gives you an idea of the faith that these managers have behind their squads. Also, you're going to have some pretty tired legs. Good look at Rufat Dadashov trying to go through the motions. There's the center back, Hilliard Arce. Conversations coming from both of their managers, steer them in the right direction, but also understand that not only is this a game of physical imposition on each other, the war of mental attrition is in full effect right now. And that is where most of these are won or lost. You have to dig deep within your soul. Exactly what are you willing to do to push yourself to another level? Blair Gavin feels like his guy. Jordan Schweitzer can come on to help it a little bit. You wonder if that is going to be Sam Stanton or if it will be Lambert. It is Stanton. This would almost assuredly give you that step we looked out of, though it's not going to be Stanton. You can get it from Jose Aguinaga, the Spaniard, to help out. Still looking for more out of this attacking three out of the midfield from Phoenix Rising.
So it is Schweitzer in for Stanton. And for Schweitzer, his 14th appearance, 11 of those have been off the bench this season. Some fresh legs in the middle of the park now for Phoenix. Teams will switch ends. Here we go, 15 more minutes. That substitution is moments ago brought to you by Sprouts. So here we go. The crowd trying to urge their home side on. Here we go, 15 more minutes. Will we find a winner or will we need penalties? One spot left in the round of 8. Osmanovic holding play up for a moment and now says, oh, we're good to go. Turnover right in the middle. And Sacramento get upfield. They'll turn things around and slow it down.
Just notice Bijev right there when he started the run, Josh, wide open on the right-hand side. Instead, he cuts himself in and slows this whole thing down. I'm all for the possession battle for Sacramento Republic. I've said this entire match that that's going to suit them much better than trying to speed things up. But that transitional play, you do have to attack, and it can't always be this nonchalant movement side to side. If they're going to give you all of that green pasture to run through, why not take it?
Not on the same page. There's Bijev. It's been a game of long balls, long diagonals, long balls into the channel, into the corner. And nothing to show for it, of course. Talked about it already tonight, but Mark Briggs talking about the mentality you have to have in these moments. I feel like Phoenix Rising will be looking to their captain right now for some leadership. 12 minutes to go in extra time. Space down the left for King. Deflected cross. Now King, he'll take a hit, took a deflection. Appeal for handballs waved away. Here's Asante. Taken off the ball. Sacramento look upfield. There's Belmar. Formella making the run ahead. Belmar just couldn't turn around. Lambert was there, and the foul will come. The ball was being released. An accumulation, the yellow card there for Lambert.
He's starting to feel the effects of all the chasing he's done defensively as well. Quick little pinch over. Check on the cramps, move out some of the lactic acid. Again, on this far side, you still have to turn your head for this attack for Sacramento Republic. Carlton Belmar dropping down in. Initially wanted to go in transition quickly, and Derek Formella was on the same page, but when he stepped up onto that final plateau, there was no help on the outside, and I do recognize the fact that Jordan McCrary and Matt Mahoney are not willing to necessarily push themselves too far forward. You then allow Solomon Asante, Santi Moar conversely on the right and left, space in behind. But you also don't provide yourself any attacking options going forward, and you're basically saying, Belmar, Bijev, Dark Famela, go get it. And 3v, basically 5 right now for the back line of Phoenix Rising, as well as the help from Lambert. That's not going to work out.
Now Skundrich. Wide for Belmar. Mahoney. Schweitzer going to ground. Can Phoenix look upfield quickly? Naga was fouled. I think Phoenix wanted the advantage. Moar will take it quickly and switch the field. Asante receives it from Whelan. His cross, well out of play. Belmar looked like that glanced off his hand. Referee says play on.
You keep hearing the direction coming off the sideline from the managers. He's right, simple and quick. They're just not doing so. There was the giveaway on the last possession spell about 90 seconds back. And then you had the opportunity to spray this to the far side. Instead, you go all the way back. You resort yourself to a 60-yard ball coming from your goalkeeper. And then Phoenix just collects, and now they get the opportunity to go the other way. Decision-making not at its best for either squad here this night, though it's definitely been more faulty recently from Sacramento Republic. Still in it, though. 0-0, inside 8 minutes to go. And you start to wonder if any manager is going to make any further changes due to the opportunities that may lie in the future of going to spot kicks. And penalties are the one that they're the best way to win, always the worst way to lose, I can tell you that much.
Sure doesn't lack excitement.
You've never felt the jubilation than like winning a match or a tournament from penalties. But it absolutely destroys your heart and confidence when you're on the negative side of it.
It's the epitome of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Dadashov heads this wide for Moar. Moar cutting in field. Can he provide the moment? There's the deflection! It's the captain, Asante! He rises to the occasion! And Phoenix Rising out in front in extra time!
Still work to be done. But we said earlier, great men and great moments. And for Phoenix Rising, right now, that cometh via Solomon Asante. The second half of this resumption of play has not been kind to the Ghanaian. Injuries here and there, held off the score sheet, still finding ways to make impact on the run of play. This one comes off a tiny deflection, small in stature, but watch him just rotate to the inside. You wonder, does it come off the arm? His arms are tucked close to the body for sure. But we had seen it so many times before from Santi Moar. Tangling on the near touchline, the step inside, pulls the trigger. It comes off their captain, and with 5 minutes to go, they've got their lead.
So what a moment for Solomon Asante. Goal number 7 on the season. And now here come the attacking substitutions for Sacramento. Iwasa and Lopez. We expected those two might be called upon in one of these situations. Belmar, along with Wheeler Amanu, will come off.
Just think about this, Josh. We talked about Solomon Asante. His last goal in a Phoenix Rising uniform was the 90th minute penalty at Las Vegas Lights in that crazy 3-3 draw all the way back on August 22nd. Well over a month long. Santi Moar's night is done. Is this enough for Phoenix Rising to push themselves into the next round?
And Calistri will come on for Moar. All those subs brought to you by Sprouts. And now Phoenix content to take some time. What a moment for Solomon Asante. The club that, or rather the player that makes this club tick. Could that give them an opportunity to go to Reno next weekend? Over the top, Lubin off his line, there's nobody in goal. Risky moment there for Zach Lubin. A throw in is headed away. 3 minutes plus whatever stoppage time we get.
Substitution for Phoenix Rising FC.
Oh, we'll get one more substitution. It'll be for Phoenix Rising. Rufat Dadashov will come off. Sounds like Damian Lowe will be the one to come on. It will be Lowe, the Jamaican center back, recently acquired. Spent the last 4 seasons in Norway. Some brought to you by Sprouts. A long throw in coming from McCrary. Lubin was caught in the middle there. Luckily, it was headed away for him. And then McCrary let that one go out of play. Another throw in coming. 2 minutes to go. Pretty much the same place. Lubin comes off his line. Phoenix there to knock that away. Lubin, that's a couple of risky plays from the Phoenix goalkeeper. Iwasa, cross in and then cleared away. Low cross in, and then it's dumped away. Another ball played in. This one headed away. Phoenix doing all they can defending now. Sacramento doing just the opposite, throwing the kitchen sink forward. Offside flag goes up. And one more sub for Phoenix Rising. Agos Kunga. The loanee from Atlanta United. And it's the captain who will get the ovation he deserves. Some brought to you by Sprouts. Lead forward by Diaz. Is there one opportunity left for Sacramento? Foul will send it back to Phoenix, and I'm sure they'll take their time. And it'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this second 15-minute period of extra time. Blair Gavin talked about coming into this game, we just want to focus on getting one more game of football. It's exactly what he said. It's awkward at the back, and it's thumped clear. Right now, they're a minute away from doing so. But Mark Briggs talked about the mentality you have to have in these moments. Ball sent in. Lubin makes the save.
Wondered if he was going to spill this one, Josh, given the way that everything has played out. A couple questionable decisions by Zach Lubin coming off the line. Lost in La La Land, but really sure-handed here at the time that needed most. Desperation time for Sacramento Republic. Any chance whatsoever. 30 seconds to go, but they got to get bodies up top here. A lot of pressure coming from Phoenix Rising. Really well done. Still a lot of fight left in all the boys in the red jerseys. But still time here.
It's probably last chance saloon and put right out of play. Oh, it did take a deflection. So here we go. This is pretty much it right here. Whether it goes for Sacramento or they're eliminated.
See if they bring Raka Diaz up, goalkeeper, whether or not they're going to bring him all the way up top. Remember, last-ditch effort, throw another body into the mix. There he is. Watch the back post. See if you can run a stunt to the near as well. Got to be long ball all the way up, though.
Formella flicked along, and the whistle comes, and it looks like a foul. And there's the final whistle. Phoenix Rising moving on to the round of 8. A gutsy performance from the home side tonight, but they get the goal, and they'll face Reno next weekend. A tough way to go out for Sacramento Republic. The fans will get to savor this tonight at Casino Arizona Field. Blair Gavin stepping in his second game in charge. He's unbeaten so far. As you take a look at our Carvana man of the match, made some big saves in big moments and a clean sheet for Lubin. And he's also part of our save of the game, brought to you by Showcase Honda. Right there at the end, the cross coming in. He did a good job just to hold on to that.
Not a lot of shots on target coming for Sacramento Republic, but you put this into the danger area. As a goalkeeper, you will have brief moments throughout a match where you will be called upon. This was one of them. And considering he was shaky in the two previous, really well done by Zach Lubin. And then you come all the way back around. Phoenix Rising gets it all the way back to Santi Moar. I'm going to tell you right now, handball. There's no VAR in USL Championship, and understandable. It's really difficult for the refereeing crew, given the fact that it's in traffic. But as this ball comes all the way back across, when it comes back through, Solomon Asante had inverted himself, catches the deflection, ends up in the back of the net. It's a handball for sure, but it's 1-0 for Phoenix Rising, and they will move on.
It can be so cruel in those moments when you come up on the losing end of it. But the round of 4 in the Western Conference and the round of 8 overall is confirmed, and it's Reno against Phoenix. A matchup in Group C, a rematch between El Paso and New Mexico. There on the bottom left.
I promise you, Phoenix Rising is immediately going to get to work and go all the way back to that matchup earlier on this season, August 29th. Remember, they traveled to Greater Nevada Field. They will have to do the same again. The opening 20 minutes of that game, Phoenix looked good, then they struggled to really change. The chameleon-like nature for Reno 1868 has been on full display all season long, not withholding their 4-1 victory earlier tonight. That should be an interesting one.
Well, Phoenix Rising is moving on, and Sacramento is heading home. It was a hard-fought battle all the way through, but Phoenix Rising get the win in the end. That's going to do it for our entire crew and broadcast partner, Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern, saying so long from Casino Arizona Field. Phoenix is moving on to the round of 8.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.